Hello, good day. What's your name? And where are you from? Okay, so I know you have a very interesting story. Where do you want to start?
Anyway,
Well, it's up to you, so start wherever you want to.
when I was 9, 10, I used to go by my auntie a lot, and she had her husband. He used to touch me, but I didn't take it for anything.
When you say touch, you mean touch you like inappropriately?
Touch my arm, give me things,
Things like what?
money, sweets. When I was 11, 12, he started touching my private parts.
And did you report that to anyone?
No, because I was scared.
Scared of what?
The man, and what he going to do.
Did he threaten you?
Yeah, if I tell anyone, I will see. So I didn't say anything. But when I was 13, my cousin came by my grandmother and she told me, let us go to put my auntie, because every Sunday we just go to visit them. So I went. When I reached there, I was biting my fingernails. So my aunt said the fake warden is good for the biting of the fingernails. So she tell him to go and pick the leaf. He said no, he wanted me to go and pick the leaf. So I go because the leaf was for me. When I reach behind the house, they have something like a tool house. He have his paints and things.
So that house was where? In your community?
Yes. Yes. So I went. He tell me look the leaf on top of the shelf. So I was too short. So I was trying to take the leaf. So when I turn around, I see the man and zip in his pants. But I didn't take that for anything. I see maybe he wanted to go and pee or something. When I turn again, he pushed me. He blocked my mouth. And he pushed my panty on the side to push his private part inside of my private part. But then I started crying and then I push him. And then I go, when I was running and I tell her, I see some yellow thing. But then that time I didn't know anything about rape and touching. And
But before you go a little further, you said about you push him. Did you
Yeah.
push him before or after he
his penis
penetrated?
had touched my private part.
But there was no
but then-
penetration yet?
No.
Okay.
I had time push him and then I go. They asked me what happened to me. I say nothing. And before I left, when I push him, he tell me, if I say, remember I tell you if I say, you'll see. And then I go, I didn't say anything. And then when I went to school, he was having a topic, the teacher was having a topic. And then the children, I get sad and then they ask me what was wrong. And I waited when it was break time to tell the children. And then they say, they went and tell my mother after school. But then I tell them I will say it by myself because I don't live with my mom, I live with my dad. And then I went home. I asked my sister if one of her friends would be in abuse, what would she do? And then she asked me if it was me, and then I tell her yes. And then we went. She called a family meeting. And then I said it, and then I went to the man. He said he never do it. And then we go and make a report. And then nothing happened.
Okay. You mentioned something about seeing something yellow. What was that?
I don't know when. It's coming out from his penis. I didn't know what was that.
And you said you've been going to court for quite some time now?
Yes.
How long now?
Well, for 5 years. The last week I went to court. And then they adjourned it. But they didn't give me a date.
They checked it but they didn't give you a date.
They just tell me my lawyer will call me to give me a date.
So what school were you attending at the time that happened?
Vidute Secondary School.
Boutique. Okay. And you said that happened when you were 14 years old?
Yes.
And now you
17. I'll be 18 next week Friday.
18 next Friday. Okay, so what do you think or how does that make you feel? How many times have you been to court?
From time I inform money to now, I get to court.
And you're in what form now?
I just receive.
You just left school? Okay. So it's like 5 years of going to court?
Yes.
And every time they would just adjourn it?
Yes.
So what's the reason for adjourning the court case?
They never said why.
And are you always present?
Yes.
Is he always present?
Yes.
And yet still they keep on adjourning the court?
Yes.
You have a lawyer?
Yes.
And does your lawyer explain anything to you?
Well, she just saying about trials. They're doing some more trials. That's all.
It's 5 years now, huh?
Yes.
So how does your mom feel about that?
Sad, I would say, because every time I say the story, she usually cry.
So that happened just once, or that happened multiple times with him approaching you?
In the act?
Yeah.
Yeah, just once.
Just once?
Yeah.
But before that, did you see any signs of him advancing on you? Okay. So you said you were not feeling comfortable to say that to your parents, but you did make mention of that at the school?
Yeah, I told it to my friends.
Okay. And your friends told your mom?
Well, I didn't want them to tell my mom, so I went home and I told them by myself.
So why didn't you want them to tell your mom?
Because I know she'd feel hurt. So,
But you were in the process of being hurt.
yeah.
So if you had to advise any young lady out there who might be going for something similar, or who have experienced something similar to what you did, what would you say to them?
I would tell them to say when it's to tell it to their parents or somebody they can trust. Talk to them about it.
And also, if you had to warn them about being alert to a potential pervert, what would you tell them to look out for?
They will give you stuff.
Stuff like what?
They'll give you money if they're close to you. Buy things you want for you.
Things like what?
Maybe chain, clothes.
Okay, so these are some of the signs that they might have to look for. What about in speaking with you? Was he speaking to you a particular way?
Yeah, he would want to touch me when he's speaking to me.
So you would also tell them to look out for that?
Yeah.
And touching you in what way?
Rubbing my arms, touching over my neck.
Where else?
My hand. Yeah.
Okay, so any final words?
No.
What do you think about the justice system?
I believe it's really slow and they're not doing nothing about it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your time and also the courage to speak out, because I guess this is what most young ladies need to do. Instead of staying silent, you need to, open up and at least tell someone. If you're too afraid to say it to maybe your mom, you should have a friend where you could speak to that would have the inner strength to say it to somebody that's close to you. Alright? So I wish you all the best in your court case, and I hope that justice is soon.
Me too.
Once again, thank you very much for your time.